Have you ever found yourself coughing dry through the night, all because of a warm bowl of soup you had earlier that afternoon? Your throat starts to itch, and then the coughing begins, each one sounding like it's trying to push out the last breath of your day. If you're over 60 and those coughs just won't go away, then this video is made especially for you. And tip number 7 in today's video might just make you laugh with how simple it is. At this age, even a change in the wind can leave your whole body aching. Our throats, already fragile, have become even more sensitive. Some nights, just stepping out of the bathroom and feeling a breeze sweep across the back of your neck is enough to trigger coughing all evening. I used to think it was just a mild cold, but in truth, it was my body speaking up after being neglected for far too long. The truth is, once you pass 60, your immune system slows down. The strong defenses we once had, like mighty walls, begin to thin. And the throat, the first gate of our breath, becomes the most vulnerable point. A sip of cold water, or a fan spinning too hard, can be all it takes to set off a persistent, lingering cough. These coughing fits don't just hurt your throat. They wear you down inside. You lie awake at night, wake up in the morning with a heavy mind, and day by day, something as small as a cough can slowly chip away at your joy for life. But here's the comforting part. You don't need complex medications or expensive treatments. In your own familiar kitchen, in old, time-tested ingredients, like ginger, honey, and salt water, lies the quiet power of healing. With just 7 simple and easy home remedies, you can soothe your throat, reclaim peaceful breaths, and even sleep better every night. The last tip might surprise you. It doesn't just calm the cough, it also brings a deep sense of calm to your spirit. If you're over 60 and have ever felt worn out by coughing, please leave the number 1 in the comments below so we know you're listening. And if what we're about to share feels like it was made for you, please click the subscribe button on Senior Compass. We don't just share life tips, we walk with you through every windy season, every tired moment, with genuine care and listening. 1. Drinking warm water. The right way. There are days when just a sip of cold water can leave your throat burning for the entire afternoon. But on the other hand, a glass of warm water, simple and ordinary as ever, can soothe the itch in your throat and calm that dull cough rumbling in your chest. For those over 60, warm water is not just a drink. It's the gentlest remedy for the throat, and even for the soul. As we age, our bodies begin to listen more, but also become more sensitive. The airways grow more delicate. The lining of the throat thins, dries out, and becomes prone to inflammation. That's why warm water helps moisturize the mucous membranes, thin out phlegm, and soothe irritated areas, all without the need for medication. Many doctors call it the first, most natural, and lowest risk treatment for uncomplicated coughs in the elderly. When we were younger, we might have thought only cold drinks could quench our thirst. But after 60, the most comforting sensation comes not from coldness, but from warmth. It's not just the throat that feels it, but the warmth that travels down the chest and into the stomach, softening the weight of a long and tiring day. Linda, a retired doctor at 68, once shared that she only drinks 1 glass of warm water with a few slices of lemon in the morning and another before bed. She said, "No more cough syrup. Just gentle breathing, warm drinks, and never letting my body stay cold too long." Whenever she feels that rough itch in her throat, she pours hot water, adds a bit of honey or some slices of ginger, and the discomfort fades. Drinking warm water regularly can also improve sleep, prevent dehydration, and support digestion. But, more than that, it gives seniors a sense of control and self-care, not relying on prescriptions or clinics. It's the feeling of nurturing oneself, starting from the smallest of things. Do you drink enough warm water each day? Or do you skip it thinking it doesn't matter? Try it for a week. 1 glass in the morning, one at night, and you'll see how thankful your body becomes. Caring for yourself in old age doesn't have to be grand. Sometimes it starts with just a warm sip, taken at the right time, in the right way, to let your throat rest and your heart feel at peace. 2. Ginger tea. Nature's anti-inflammatory. Whenever the weather turns cold, there's one scent that always brings a sense of comfort, that of ginger. This small, rough little root doesn't just warm our meals. It's a cherished folk remedy, especially for those who have passed the age of 60. Ginger is a natural anti-inflammatory. It soothes irritated throat tissues, warms the respiratory tract, and helps loosen phlegm. For the elderly, when the body has begun to weaken, drinking ginger tea daily becomes a gentle way to boost immunity without relying on antibiotics or strong medications. In our youth, we rarely paid attention to prevention. A fleeting cough barely raised concern. But after 60, a cough isn't just a cough. It's the body's way of saying, "I'm growing weaker." At that point, what we need isn't expensive medicine, but a return to the simple things, like a warm cup of ginger tea in the morning. Paul, a 72-year-old man living in a cold climate, once shared that during seasonal changes, he would cough, spit, and feel throat pain that just wouldn't go away. But instead of relying on long-term antibiotics, he learned to brew his own ginger tea. A few slices of fresh ginger, a bit of honey, and lemon. "It felt like my throat was being soothed from the inside," he said. "No more pain, no more burning. Every morning I start with that cup of tea, and I feel alive." Ginger doesn't just help the throat, it warms the entire body, improves circulation, and eases the chills that many older people experience. Drinking it regularly also aids digestion and reduces bloating, common issues for seniors that often go unnoticed. When was the last time you used ginger? Maybe in a New Year's dish or in that warm tea your mother made when you were sick as a child? Perhaps it's time to make that cup again. This time for yourself, for the aging body that needs comfort. And in every cup of ginger tea, there's not just that spicy warmth, but also a feeling of calm, self-agency, and the quiet belief that I can still take care of myself day by day, gently. 3. Salt water gargle at the right time. Not everyone enjoys the salty taste of salt water. But for those who've lived through over 60 seasons, salt water isn't just a rinse to wash away bacteria. It's a symbol of natural, simple, and effective self-care. Diluted salt water has mild antibacterial properties. It helps clean the mouth and throat and remove mucus, which is home to many cough-causing viruses and bacteria. Especially for older adults, whose cough reflex weakens and immunity drops, gargling with warm salt water once or twice a day serves as the first line of defense against cold air and pollution. In youth, we often overlook simple things like gargling. A cough? It's nothing. But in old age, every cough brings fatigue, sleepless nights, and worry. Gargling salt water regularly not only soothes the throat, it also gives seniors a sense of agency, a feeling that they're caring for their health proactively, not just reacting when sickness strikes. Judith, a 74-year-old woman living in a dusty apartment near a major road, once shared, "I don't take cough syrup anymore. Every morning and evening I gargle warm salt water." The mild salty taste was a bit unpleasant at first, but after a few days, my throat wasn't sore anymore, and I slept better. She called it the simplest way to tell my body I still care for it every day. Saltwater gargling also helps prevent gum inflammation, soothes mouth ulcers, and leaves a clean feeling after meals. These small, repeated acts not only support physical health, but also ease the minds of the elderly, bringing steadiness amid long bouts of coughing. If your throat feels raw, or if you find yourself coughing every morning, try mixing a glass of warm salt water, a pinch of clean salt, and a cup of cooled boiled water. Gargle slowly. Let the stream of water pass through your throat like a gentle hand wiping away the troubles. And as you do it every day, remember, you're not just rinsing away bacteria. You're gently comforting yourself in a way no medicine ever could. 4. Honey. A gentle friend to the throat. In that old kitchen tucked in the corner of your home, there might be a jar of honey that's been sitting quietly for ages. Golden, thick, and delicately fragrant. It brings back memories of days when your mother stirred a spoonful into warm water whenever you coughed or lost your voice. For those over 60, honey is more than just an ingredient. It's nature's remaining tenderness, reserved for a body that's growing weary. Honey contains natural anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and antibacterial compounds. For the elderly, when the throat becomes dry, easily irritated by weather, food, and pollution, a spoonful of warm honey each day can act like a thin, soothing coat over the sensitive lining. It reduces coughing, softens the throat, improves voice clarity, and even enhances sleep. When we're young, we ignore the first signs, a few coughs, a hoarse voice, but as we age we realize even the smallest symptoms can erode our health if left unaddressed. That's when honey becomes a quiet companion. Never loud, never rushed, just gently by our side, helping us heal. Judith, 68, once shared that she had suffered from sleepless nights due to nighttime coughing. Cough syrups left her feeling groggy all day. One day, her granddaughter brought her a jar of wild honey and told her to take a spoonful before bed. "It felt like my throat was being hugged," she said, "and I slept through the night. No medicine needed." Since then, she calls honey the most pleasant remedy of old age. Beyond soothing the throat, honey also helps stabilize blood sugar slightly, reduce stomach inflammation, and support immunity. But above all, it brings peace of mind. A small spoonful every morning and night becomes a gentle ritual, helping seniors feel that they're still caring for themselves properly. Not dependent, not anxious. If you're coughing, or if your throat simply feels tired after a long day, try this. Stir a spoonful of honey into warm water, or slowly sip it before bed. No need to rush, just stay consistent, and you'll feel the healing start from within. And as that sweetness spreads across your throat, remember, while age may make us weaker, gentle things like honey still hold the power to lift us, day after day. 5. Keeping warm and resting. Properly, some coughs don't come from bacteria. They don't require medicine. They come from neglecting our own bodies, forgetting a scarf when stepping outside, staying up too late to finish a movie. And then, the next morning, your throat seems to whisper, "Why did you let me get so cold?" For seniors, keeping the body warm, especially the neck, chest, and feet, is a way to protect the respiratory system from invisible irritants. After 60, our bodies no longer react as swiftly, and our ability to regulate temperature declines. A cold breeze across the neck or one night of sleep without socks can spark days of coughing, or even lead to bronchitis. When we were young, we could walk through the rain and feel fine the next day. But now, each cold catches on longer, not only in the lungs, but in the spirit. Constant coughing leaves many elderly feeling weak, discouraged, even hesitant to go out or talk to others. Mr. Paul, now 73, once suffered from a lingering cough after an evening walk without a warm enough coat. He shared, "I thought I was still the same, but I guess I've really aged. Just a bit of cold, and I coughed for a month." Since then, he always wears a scarf, socks at night, and sleeps on time. The cough hasn't returned, and he feels healthier, all because of one small change. Proper rest is just as essential. When you're coughing, your body needs energy to recover. Yet many seniors still push through, shopping, cooking, babysitting, despite the fatigue. This only slows healing and invites complications. Resting is not giving up. It's giving your body the chance to heal itself. Do you wear a scarf when going out early? Do you give yourself 30 minutes of rest each afternoon? Do you turn off the lights early and let sleep arrive gently, like a breath? These little things become the foundation of good health after 60, when our bodies need tenderness in the simplest ways. And in those quiet moments, when you warm your feet, cover your throat, or relax your shoulders before sleep, you're softly telling your body, I still care for you every single day. 6. Cleaning the air inside your home. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, throat dry and coughing non-stop, even though you hadn't stepped outside all day? For those over 60, coughing doesn't only come from cold winds or strange foods. Sometimes, it begins with the very air inside your own room. Over time, the air in our homes, places we think of as the safest, can accumulate many cough triggers. Fine dust, bacteria, mold, cooking smoke, pet hair, or simply dry air. For seniors with chronic respiratory issues like sore throats, COPD, or seasonal allergies, even mild indoor pollution can irritate the throat. When we were younger, we didn't pay attention to things like air quality, but after 60, every breath becomes precious. Just one night with a sealed window or a stuffy room can leave your throat scratchy, and that's when you realize keeping indoor air clean is a way to breathe easier each day. Grandma Judith, who lives on the 3rd floor of an old apartment building, once shared, I kept coughing and thought it was just age, but after my grandson gave me an air purifier and reminded me to open the windows for 15 minutes every morning, surprisingly, my cough went away. Clean air really is medicine for the lungs, and we often forget that. You don't need expensive machines to clean the air. Sometimes, all it takes is opening your windows in the early morning to let fresh air in. Add a few air-purifying plants, like snake plants or pothos. Keep bedding clean, avoid burning incense, and steer clear of strong chemical sprays. Most importantly, let morning sunlight reach your room. Its warmth kills germs and comforts the soul. Are you breathing in a space that feels fresh and gentle? Take a look at the room where you sleep. Is it tightly shut? Does it smell musty? Does your throat feel scratchy every morning? If yes, start with one simple act. Open your window wide as the sun rises. Because sometimes, the thing that eases your cough isn't in a pill. It's in a soft breeze and the gentle warmth of morning light. And when your breath is cared for each new day, it becomes the most precious gift of growing older. 7. Herbal steam therapy at home. Not everyone is familiar with the scent of herbal steam. But if you've ever tried it, you'll remember the feeling. Your throat opening, your chest lightening, and your cough quietly backing away. Herbal steam therapy, using familiar ingredients like lemongrass, ginger, perilla leaves, or mint, is an old folk remedy still valued today, especially for older adults. As we age, our respiratory system weakens, lungs contract less effectively, and mucus tends to build up. The warm steam rising from a pot of herbs not only soothes inflamed membranes, but also thins phlegm, relieves nasal congestion, and clears airways, things oral medicine can't always do right away. Steaming also offers a special kind of relaxation. The natural aroma of leaves, scents we've known since childhood, seems to awaken peaceful memories and ease quiet worries stored in the heart. No more harsh coughing, no more tight chest, just the return of steady, gentle breathing, like a whispered thank you from your body. Spending 15 to 20 minutes steaming 2 to 3 times a week is enough. All you need is a pot of boiling water with a handful of fresh herbs, a quiet spot away from wind, a towel over your head, and deep, slow breaths. No fancy equipment, no expensive tools, just patience and a willingness to care for yourself after Each steam session, you'll feel lighter, your throat soothed, and sleep will come more easily. It's not magic. It's the result of choosing to listen to your body, to return to something simple, yet powerful. And sometimes, the thing that helps you through persistent coughing isn't some mysterious pill, but the rising steam of lemongrass, blending with the rhythm of your breath in a quiet room, where you've come home to care for yourself with the purest of remedies. Looking back on this journey, perhaps the most important realization is this: the coughs that come with age don't need to be met with fear, but with gentle care, beginning with you. With nothing more than warm water, ginger tea, a spoonful of honey, or the fragrant steam of herbal leaves, you can soothe your throat and ease your breath without rushing toward medication. Though a cough may seem small, when it lingers, it can steal your quality of life. It can make you shy away from conversations, rob you of restful sleep, wear down your energy, and even dim your confidence. But don't worry, because healing isn't found in anything complicated. It's found in the consistency and love you offer to yourself. You don't have to change everything in a single day. Just start with one small act: a glass of warm water in the morning, opening a window to let sunlight touch your room, or making a pot of herbal steam on the weekend. These seemingly simple acts lay the foundation for your well-being, day by day, breath by breath. Growing older doesn't mean running out of choices. It means living with more intention. It means knowing what strengthens you, what exhausts you, and choosing the kind path for your own body. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be kind to the body that has walked with you through so many decades. And you can begin today. You don't need to wait for another coughing spell. Any age is a good age to begin again. And you deserve to live healthfully, clearly, and peacefully. Your throat doesn't have to strain. It only asks to be heard. If you can, place a small plant by your window. Keep a light scarf within reach beside your bed. And give yourself just a few quiet minutes each day to breathe deeply. Because there are still so many beautiful days left to live, so long as you learn to protect the breaths that carry you through them. If you found these tips helpful, don't hesitate to click the subscribe button on Senior Compass, a space where we walk with you, offering real-life wisdom and heartfelt understanding. And if you'd like, leave a comment below. I will start with tip number, so we'll know you're ready to care for yourself in the gentlest, most comforting way. Because in the end, beauty is not found in age, but in the way you treat yourself each day. A person who lives slowly, who keeps their throat warm, who cherishes every breath, is someone keeping life alive through a deep and quiet love.